well, what Michael doesn't know. Ooh, I better not say this on live stream. We're okay. I could say this real quickly. I'm getting Michael a Raspberry Pi 5 for his Christmas present.
That's awesome.
So y'all do not tell Michael. Okay, if you
That's
do.
awesome. But yeah, so I'm excited for you guys. It's gonna be good. Y'all won't really hear my voice on the chat too much next year. Um, but I'm excited about the future of this and proud to hand it off to you, and it'll become your baby. And
Yippers!
I want updates for sure.
You
Like I
will.
said, you guys are too advanced for what my ability is to really learn and be part of it. But I want updates. I'm
You
very
will.
excited for you.
And we're gonna, like I said, since the free code camp, see, part of the reason I was holding off is because the curriculum wasn't developed yet. But it's fully developed, so who knows? We might dabble into that a little bit. We haven't decided yet what we're gonna actually do.
Sure.
Um, but
Well,
let's
do whatever
see.
the people want is my encouragement. Do whatever the
Yep,
need is out there, meet the need, and
I'm gonna do a
go for
survey.
it.
I'm gonna actually send out a Google Form survey in the next day or so.
Yay, good. Good.
Right. So we're just waiting for people to show up. I am super excited for today's topic. This is iDevice AI Part 2, and we're talking about Perspective Studio. And I'm still trying to package it up for Mac. This is an application that I made, and I've got it already on Windows. There's a GitHub version out there already, but don't download that one. I'll explain what exactly happened, but the Olama
I
team
have
did not
basically
really have a
two
way to
weeks left
scrape models.
after today.
Yeah, you'll see it after today. And if you're already watching after today, it'll probably be up on GitHub for you to download. And I'll put the link in the description.
And we have
Um,
two weeks of this left this year after today.
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I am super excited though.
I am excited for you.
So let's see. Let me try to package this up real quick if I have time, because I'm gonna wait for some people to show up. So let me show you how just gonna
Yeah, I
package
know
this up.
that we didn't do this for a couple of weeks, so hopefully people remember that we're still here and come.
Yep. Otherwise, we'll just do a lesson, and I'm just gonna at least try to package this up real quick. It won't
But
probably
yeah,
won't
and at
take.
least you can do a cool live demo and a live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so for packaging up, I'll walk through what I'm doing, but I can't really show it because I have to show my
You're
private
good.
Apple developer
Since I know
credentials.
nothing about any of this, I'm gonna mute myself and I'd say take it away and until or unless people show up, just do like a live stream and a live walkthrough. You know what I mean?
All right, so sounds good. So first thing is I'm gonna show you guys something really cool. So there is some new models that have come out in the last 3 weeks, and I have been using the Claude Opus model. Now, this one is the most expensive, but the thing is that it's more efficient than the cheaper one, and it's actually 3 times cheaper than the last Opus version. So, Opus is the top of the line Anthropic Claude model, and it has been revamped to the 4.5 Opus line. And so, what I'm doing right now is I'm opening up a coding AI tool and I'm packaging this app, this Perspective Studio app for Mac. Once I do that, I'm going to show you guys how I use it, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm not going to share this first part, but I'll walk through what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to the folder. And then let's see. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. Okay. Perspective dash studio. All right. And then I'm going to go to the, I'm going to, let's see. So I'm going to open up Copilot, enter, and then I'm going to tell it to help me package this up for Mac and make a release on GitHub. So what you can actually do is you can make a release on GitHub from the coding tool. So once I get the credentials out of the way, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. But I want to at least I'll show you guys the application when I'm done packaging. It's already written. And what you can do is you can chat with AI models. like the Ollama models. You cannot, and you could also like download in basically like the starter model. So it's just a Llama 3.21b, just a simple model that you guys can chat with. So once we're done with this, I'll show you guys the application and we will have fun with that. So right now I'm just trying to package it up. I'm just making sure yep, I need to allow changes. Again, I'm not going to show this part right now just because of the fact that I am dealing with my Apple developer credentials and we don't want those to get out in the world. So unfortunately, I can't show this. However, what I'm using is Electron Builder. And Electron Builder is so Electron it allows you to build apps for Mac and Windows and desktop with web technologies. So remember that HTML and CSS? That can be helpful to make desktop apps. So, okay. It's going to make me a quick app icon. I don't really care about this, but I need to have one. So it's going to make me an SVG, which is like a kind of a photo in a sense, but it's going to make me a SVG for icon real quick. Just have to have one. Oh wow, it's gonna okay, what is this gonna do? Let me see what Copilot's up to. Let me just package this up real quick. All right. Let's see. So what it's doing now is hold on. This no like I need this notarized, so it could just make a unsigned build, but I want to make sure it's notarized. I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible. So and I also made one universal installer so it can be used for Mac and or sorry, ARM and Win64. All right, so I'll show you guys. Let's see. I'm packaging it up. Now, what I'm going to show you guys next is I'm going to make sure this is packaging itself up. And then I will show you guys the application. It's pretty cool. I like it. It will show an onboarding screen. It will ask how familiar are you with local AI. It will download a 1B model. It's just a simple 1 billion parameter. You guys should see our introduction to on-device AI week for that. And what it did is it was able to like chat with a GUI instead of having to do it through the terminal. And so that is pretty cool. And I'm super excited about that. And so I'm just packaging it up and then I'm going to show you guys on Windows and Mac. So it works on both platforms. So that's what we're
Hey,
doing.
David. David's
Oh, hey,
here.
David. Okay. So since we've got some more people here, I'm going to go ahead and shift some focus here. So I'm going to have this working in the background and I'm going to show you guys the Windows version of this app. So this is Perspective Studio for
I
anybody
think,
who
David, you're
is.
finally here. So hopefully you're doing awesome. Hopefully you had a
Yep.
good holiday.
All
And we're
right.
looking at Perspective Studio, she's showing us.
Yep. So this is the application that I was talking about earlier, where you could chat with AI models locally with a graphical user interface that's fully accessible. Now, I will note I was trying to get it so you could actually search for models. Unfortunately, the Llama team has severely restricted and, in fact, disabled so you can't actually have third-party apps search ollama.com. So that is a bummer. I'm still trying to work through that. So stay tuned, y'all. But I'm going to show you guys Perspective Studio. Now, what it does is when you open the app, it asks you a question. Are you a beginner AI user or are you a advanced or power user? If you're a beginner, it will walk you through. It'll talk about all the different things it's doing. And if you're an advanced, be like, okay, it's gonna do its stuff and it's gonna just do it in the background. So what it will do is it will download a Ollama model. So first it will download Ollama for you. on your system. Then it will download the Llama 3.2 1B model, which is just a sample, not really a sample, but a starter model that's 1 billion parameters. We talked about that last time. And you can use it to chat, and you can start new conversations. It will like read, of course, I'm still working on like image descriptions and things, but that is something that I'm going to be working on. But right now, you can be able to chat, start new conversations. It will be fully accessible. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. So what I'm doing is I'm packaging up the Mac version real quick, and then I'm gonna be putting out a release on GitHub. In the meantime, once I'm done accepting this, I'm gonna show you guys how to use the Windows version because that's already ready. There's not as many steps to packaging the Windows version. Apple's very particular about how they want things done. I have to have certificates. So in order to make Mac apps that are notarized, you have to have the $99 a year Apple developer account, which is unfortunate. However, if you're a nonprofit, you can get a free fee waiver. Come to find out. So that's that. So I'm packaging this up real quick, and it's still going here. I'm not sharing my screen because I have to share all the sensitive credentials and things that I need, which I don't want to do. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to show you guys the Perspective Studio on Windows because that's already packaged up. So let me get that going real quick. I have to reset my settings, and yes, there's a feature to reset. So let's say you're showing people and you need to reset. You can actually reset your settings in the app. And actually, I don't need to reset because I actually already did. So that was a smart move of me. So let me show you guys how this works. I'm just using my parallel so I can do everything on one computer. So this might be interesting. So let me show you guys. All right, so here we go. Let me share from my Mac side. I'm going to share my sound. And you guys can hear how this works. And this will be on GitHub probably by the end of the day. So share sound. Okay. Oh. All right, can you guys hear my screen?
I think so. Do something real quick.
I just did.
I don't hear anything yet. I thought I did a
Uh-oh.
second ago.
You do?
I thought I did, but I don't right now.
Okay, you don't hear anything now?
Right now, no.
All right, hold
I
on
did a
just a second.
moment ago.
Just a second. Let me reset my screen sharing. Zoom is being zoomy today, I think.
I'll tell you when I can, okay?
Zoom share tool.
And I hear
Screen share.
that.
Size lock parallel.
Okay, you hear this?
Heading level 3. How
Yes.
familiar are you with AI question?
Okay.
Voiceover off.
So here's Perspective Studio. Let me show you guys a UI tour. Maybe. Hold
You
on.
just turned voiceover off.
I did. The reason I did that is because I've got hold on. I've got remember, so this is a parallels. So I've got
Oh, okay.
on.
I got it. I was like
Yeah, let
super low.
me-
I was like, why are you doing that?
No,
Numlock.
well, here we go.
Toggle heading level 3.
Okay.
Banner landmark heading level 1
Right.
Perspective Studio.
So welcome to Perspective Studio. So there's a heading level 1 here, which is always a good start, right? And then we have
Complementary landmark list with 3 items button chat.
so this is like the UI, it has chat, and then
Button download.
download. So this is where you can see all the models that you've downloaded through Ollama. So in order to actually download other models, you will have to pull them through the terminal, which is unfortunate for now. I'm trying to figure out a way so that you can download models through the app as well, like LM Studio. But unfortunately, that has not become very viable at the moment. So let me keep going down.
Button settings.
Settings.
Out of list main landmark heading level 2 welcome.
And this is welcome.
Heading level 3. How familiar are you with AI question?
How familiar are you with AI?
Toggle button not pressed beginner. I tick V never used local AI dot. Toggle button pressed power user. I know my way around local AI dot.
I'm just going to say power user. I could, because I could actually, yeah, I mean, actually, let me just do beginner for
Toggle
this
button not pressed
demo.
beginner. Pressed.
Demo. Here
Toggle
we
button
go.
continue.
Continue.
Buttons main landmark. Message input dot. Press enter to send dot. Shift plus enter for new line dot. Edit multi-line type of message dot. Press enter to send dot. Shift plus enter for new line dot. Blank.
So what it did is before I reset all my settings and before I actually started the onboarding, since I didn't have Ollama installed, it downloaded it for me. It said downloading components, getting ready, please wait, download, get it, please wait, and it will download everything for you. And then it will download a sample 1B model, which is a 3.2 1B. So I can actually go to C for combo
Model selector
X,
combo box collapse. Model select
and
expanded list. Llama 3.2 colon 1B 1 of 1.
Llama 3.2 1B. You guys heard that?
Model selector combo box.
Shift
Message
tab.
input dot. Press enter to send dot. Shift plus enter for
I can do at.
model selector combo box. Llama 3.
And you heard I can select the models through either, pressing at, so I can mention models. So let me ask the Llama model a question here. Let me
Send message left. Model selector combo box.
weird.
Message
That's
in.
interesting. Okay, so when I did the at, it put me to the model selector, and I said shift tab. Again, this is in very early beta, so things may be a little off, y'all. So I could just say what
A T space S
is
T A
the
space A
latest
T E S T space V E R S I O N space O F
of
space
iOS. Oops.
S O
Okay.
O S.
Enter. And you notice it is typing. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of ARIA alerts in case there's scenarios like this. But it's typing, and then when it
As of
responds,
my
it will
knowledge, cut
actually...
off in December 2023, the latest version of iOS is iOS 16. Dot.
Do you hear that? So I could do another message because I talked over it. But when it responded, it literally, had an ARIA region, and I was able to hear it. It said ARIA, the 16, which is obviously not great, but that's because of it was in late 2023. So do you guys hear that? Like it. Let me do another one so you guys can hear it, and I'll shut up this time. What
H T space I S T A E
is the
space L A
latest
T S T space V E R S
version
I O N space F space I N D O W S.
Windows? Enter.
As of my knowledge, cut off in December 2023, the latest version of Windows is Windows 11, which was released on October 5th, 2021. It took as a major update to the operating system that brought many new features and improvements. However, it took as worth noting that Microsoft has also announced Windows 12, which is expected to be released in the future. Here take as a brief summary of the latest versions of Windows: Windows 10 left parent, version 1903 right parent, released on November 11th, 2015, Windows 11 left parent, version 21H2 right parent, released on October 5th, 2021.
How do you guys like this? So I'm literally able to I chat with this model. Now, if I had other models installed, I could chat with them too just by selecting them in the model picker. Okay, so the one limitation that you have to keep in mind right now is that you have to download models through the terminal. And remember, so if you have, I think Ollama.com also has a way to see, okay, the RAM, right? So if you have like a 8 gig machine, right? So you only have 8 gigs, for example, you want to really stick with either a 3 or maybe 4B model. Okay, so it's kind of, because think about this, the billions of parameters, right? So if you've got a 3 or 4B, right, that might take like 5 or 6 gigs of RAM. Depends, right? So if you don't want to stretch it. If you have a 16, right, you may be able to get by maybe with an 8B model, right? Because that could take between 8 and 12 gigs of RAM. So think about that rule, right? And if you're not sure, you can always look online. There's different charts and things that you can look for. Some of them may not be the most accessible, but what I've done is I've put them in ChatGPT, and it's told me, hey, you can run this model. Or you know what? You could just ask ChatGPT, can I run this model being a 16 gig machine or 8 gig? That's probably the easiest way to do it. And then once my application gets good enough, it will be able to say, hey, you can run it once I can actually scrape models from Ollama website without having problems. So, what do you guys think about this so far? And if I could just do Control N.
Started a new conversation.
And you notice it started a new conversation, and then it put the old conversation in the conversations view, and it's almost like iMessage. So it handles all of the back and forth for you. Okay, so then I can do another question. I'm not going to pull a whole bunch of models. When I get it on my Mac, I'll show you guys. I think I have some more models there. I'm going to ask more questions. So remember, this is just the 1B. I'm going to ask, let's see, who
H-O space
is,
space T.
I don't know, will I
T.
do this?
Double H O space I
Let's see.
blank space
Taylor.
T A Y O space A R N D T.
Enter.
Taylor Arndt is an American journalist and author. She was born in 1989 in Denver, Colorado. Arndt gained
Nope.
recognition for her work as a staff writer at the Washington Post, covering national security and foreign policy issues. Arndt tickets book
Well,
quotes
maybe
at Trump.
that's a different Taylor Arndt. Maybe you just
Well,
discovered
right.
someone who shares the same name as you.
I did. And wow, I'm not
That's
that famous. I don't
wild.
write for
That's
the
so
Washington.
cool, dude. That's fascinating.
Yes.
Shout out to American journalist Taylor Arndt, whoever you are, wherever you are.
Right. And you know the thing is, let me ask you this question. I don't think I'll know this, but
W
who
A O space I
is
space T E
Techopolis
C H O P O L I S space O
Online
N L I N E space S
Solutions?
O L U T I O S.
Let's see.
Techopolis Online Solutions left parent, whose right parent was a technology company based in Portland, Oregon. However, I called Tick to find any recent information on the company Tick's current status or activities. Tick is worth noting that Techopolis Online Solutions was founded by Mike Wenner, who also served as the Director of National Intelligence for President Donald Trump from 2018 to 2021. During his
Maybe
tenure,
there's another
Wenner played a key
company
role in
out there
shaping the
with your
administration Tick's
name.
national security strategy and policies. Wenner left the White House in August 2021,
Well, actually, I think this model is referring to Technopolis. So there's Techopolis and Technopolis. And I think this is because, yes, there was somebody that worked for the White House that was Technopolis. So, yeah, this is sort of correct. Let's see. Let me do this one. Who?
The H space.
Let's
space
see,
A, the
Laurel, if it knows your foundation.
The H space I space A space L A A L L A U R E S the H E L E R space O U N D A T I O N.
Let's see. Who's the Laurel Wheeler Foundation? Let's go. Let's see. I
Let's
doubt it
see.
knows, but you know, May, because you were founded in 2017.
Let's see.
Oh my God. It's thinking.
Let's see.
The Laurel Who Foundation left parent,
No.
LW left right parent, was a
No.
non-profit organization founded by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in 2007.
I
The
It doesn't
foundation was
even know.
established.
No, it doesn't know what what? No.
Yeah, well, see, it's not a very good model. But the fact is, this kind of model, at least it can even spring out something. Like some models like this can't even make full sentences. Okay. And then let's see if I ask, let me make a new
Started a new
conversation.
conversation. Dub H
What
A T space I S T A E
is
space
hold on.
space E A T space S S space A E space A
Latest.
T S T space V E R I O N space O S space A N D R O I D. As of my knowledge, cutoff in March 2023, the latest version of Android is Android 13 left parent, also known as Android 13L or Android 13 right parent. It was released on October 4th, 2022. However, please note that new versions are regularly released by Google, and the information may change.
I do
Wait a
appreciate
minute.
that at least it tells you when its knowledge cutoff is.
Wait
So
a minute,
you,
though. Did you hear that, though? I thought the knowledge cutoff was December 2023, not
I appreciate
March.
that. I appreciate when it says what its cutoff date knowledge is, so that you, like the user, can decide independently if we want to believe that data or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really good. And then you can add tools or other things. But like this is Perspective Studio, y'all. This is kind of the basics. And again, let me show you guys the other parts of it. So let's say I wanted to remove a model that I've downloaded.
Out of complement
Let me
button
show you
download.
what this looks like.
Document
Guys,
busy.
should be
Perspective
rename
Studio dash down
downloads.
main landmark downloaded models list with one item
So
llama
basically, we would have
3.2:1b.
to test each model to see if each model is good.
Maybe, but what you could do is like look on olama.com and again also use like AI to help you. Like, okay, figure out what model you want to use, right?
Because like that
And-
model we
yeah.
just tried sucked.
It did, but remember, it was only a 1 billion parameter model. Like this could run on anybody's hardware. This was a starter model. This is what.
True, but
Yeah.
like, so what I'm saying though is if we wanted to find a good starter model, we would have to test everything.
Well, I mean, there's always some good, like, candidates like Gemma. Gemma's a good one that's made by Google. I didn't do that one
Sure,
specifically.
I know, but like
yeah.
if you don't know all of that, if you're like a beginner to all of this, you would have to test everything.
Well, here's what I'll say. Local AI is not meant for the like quote unquote full like tech beginner. Like at least you have to have some kind of knowledge of like something, right? You need, but yes, you'll have to test and eventually, you'll have I'll be able to have a place in the app to like look at models, but of course that did not pan out properly. But still, this is a good start to an application. And this is going to be open source. So if you guys want to contribute to it on GitHub, you guys can. And we're going to have a community commits channel in the Discord. So everybody, whoever commits, I'll get notifications. So I just thought I would show that to you guys. But yeah, that is Perspective
Yeah, that's awesome.
Studio. It is,
I
and
love
the
that.
Mac version will be coming out very shortly once I can get my credentials in order. But what do you guys think about this? I mean, this could definitely be, and again, I will also do image descriptions and things
I think it's
eventually.
great. I think it's hard to know which models to really like. I don't have an hour or two right now to test out, different models. So I would love it if like, what if we could add a feature to the app where users could 1 through 5 star rate a model so that other users could sort of see whether or not a model
Ooh,
seems worth using. Because like, and I'm not trying to be critical of you. I'm saying I am not a beginner AI user, but I wouldn't have hours or the desire to waste time testing a bunch of models. So what
we
if
could
there
do
was a
that.
feature that allowed, and maybe in different categories too, like, you could have, um, if a user wanted to submit a model rating, they could say like, okay, text feedback, just on like looking up information, 1 through 5 stars. Image feedback, 1 through 5 stars. Image description or video description, 1 through 5 stars. And there could be a couple different categories available so that if someone wanted to rate an AI model based on the task they were trying to do with it and provide user feedback. Now, granted, it would be user-driven feedback, so like, everybody would have to take it with a grain of salt, but it might be a way that users could provide some sort of feedback so that people like me who don't have a desire to waste 5 hours testing different models could look. I mean, ultimately, if you had 100 people testing and rating a model,
We could figure that out.
iteration.
I think we could do that. And again, this is very early iteration, so
Yeah,
updates will be
yeah.
coming
It's
pretty
just an
frequently.
idea that I have because I feel like without a lot of coding, you could easily build in, like someone clicks on rate, they click on a category, and then they, flick up and down to select a star and then hit submit. You know what I'm saying?
We
I
could
feel
do
like
that.
that,
Yeah, I think
I
that's
feel
easy
like
for
that
us
would
to
really
do.
help. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just thinking
Oh
like
no.
about people who don't, hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. People who want to like use the app, but they want to just select a model and like just take off, and just go. I think it would be helpful for people to be able to rate. And then obviously, when models updated or like were new or whatever, then the ratings maybe could reset.
We
But
could, yeah, we'll work on that. And again,
I
this
think
is
that that would
just
be
the
a
alpha.
especially because you're expecting people to go to Olama or to go to places and do their research. Like that's part of what you guys are expecting, and I understand why. You're making tons and tons of models available to users, right? So you can't possibly rate every one of them. But I think if you're going to do that, it would be very helpful if you made a feature available for the crowd to be able to provide other people feedback on what they, like I said, broken down not by overall use, because some models will be better than others at things, but like by feature, like, text-based looking up stuff or image or, description or whatever it might be, coding, whatever it might be. I think that would be really helpful to kind of offset the fact that there's basically a ton of models available and that it's really based on what users know or can test,
Yeah, and we're gonna be doing that actually. So that's the good
So
feature or
please,
suggestion.
I would say it would make your app a lot more user friendly to those of us who just want to grab and play. Um,
Yes,
so I would strongly recommend that feature. That's my feedback.
absolutely. We're gonna be working on that, but
Yeah,
this is a good
totally.
start. So
Oh, totally. Totally. I'm just saying, and then could you also, I don't know if you have this or not, but do you have a feature where people can save models to their favorites list to easily come back to?
well, there's really not a quote unquote favorites list in a sense, but there's a like they
Unplugged
download them
19%.
and then
Landscape.
we're gonna actually have a curated collection where we've rated models and then people can download them. So yeah, that will be coming.
Yeah, but if like the other models, like if people wanted to maybe star 1 or 2 or 3 models, favorite them to show up at the top of the list regardless, that might be a cool thing
We're
if
gonna
they
be
had the
doing that.
ability.
We have a
And
whole backlog of features.
yeah, yeah. I would definitely suggest though prioritizing making it where people could rate and review each model. That way the crowd, you know.
Absolutely.
That's what I got for you.
But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I think it's kind of a quiet crowd today, so I don't have any chats.
Num lock on. Num lock on.
Let me stop sharing my screen.
Voiceover on Parallels desk. Title message table set. Term L. Zoom. Zoom.
Okay. So yeah, that's all I have. Do you guys have anything else? I'm still waiting for this thing to package. It takes like forever. Few hours sometimes. I was expecting this to be a quiet week because we've not done this in a while. I think people are, come back from the holidays. Let's see.
How about image creation or anything like that? Have you?
Oh yeah, that is on our backlog
Sweet.
for sure. For sure, that's on our backlog.
Yeah, anything that lets us play with on-device stuff, I'm all about it. I think it's cool.
And we also have our Perspective Intelligence app that's out. Did you guys hear about that?
I saw on Facebook about it.
Yeah, so for that one, that is fully like, unfortunately, you do have to have that older or the newer, like the Apple Intelligence compatible device. We can't help that. But it's on the Mac and the or not Windows, good grief, the iOS and all that stuff, iPad. And so you'll need iOS 26, and I know Laurel will work on your new Mac.
Yep. So what all are you able to do with that?
Yeah,
just so that people know the difference between the two apps that you're talking about, you know?
So this one is an Apple-based app. You don't have to download anything. Okay, that's the first difference.
I just thought it was helpful to make the distinction so that people, if they're watching later, they'll know.
Yep, you don't have to download any models. When you open the app, it's already downloaded the system model. The model we're using in this one is based on Apple Intelligence. So it's the same model that Apple Intelligence uses. We're using the same thing. And you can chat with it. You can voice mode. And again, some of these have a monthly or yearly subscription. So monthly is $5.99 and yearly is $50. So you get some of the months free. And the reason we're doing that is to keep ongoing development. We're going to have releases every 2 to 4 weeks. And so what you get for free is you get the basic chats. You get where you can be able to have more you can be able to chat, and you can have all of the different features relating to chat. And then if you want to do anything else other than just basic chat, then the subscription for all access comes in. And again, if you pay that, you can get the the features like memories. We've got contact search. So if you're looking for a contact, you can actually query your contact book that's coming out in the 1.2 release. Same thing as with reminders. Right now you can do memories. So let's say I could say I do Learn to Code Tuesday every Tuesday. It can remember that in the app. And so it's like ChatGPT. The interface is just like ChatGPT. You get voice mode in the paid version. And you also get there's also an emoji like a remover in the both versions as well, so you can remove emojis. So that way you don't have any emojis in your messages or in the responses anyway. It's fully accessible, and the other thing is that it is completely on device, nothing leaves your device. You can also do image descriptions and OCR in the all access. So that is what Perspective Intelligence is. It's out on the App Store today. And again, you don't have to subscribe. It's just helping us keep everything developed. That way we can afford to maintain it. So that's kind of what the subscription is. And we're also planning on having web search and where you can query your calendar through this app. So that is Perspective Intelligence. Let me send a link in the store or in the from the App Store so you guys can download it. But that is Perspective Intelligence. It used to be called Perspective AI. Unfortunately, Apple did not like that name, so we had to rename it. Which is awful, but oh well. Yeah, so I think that's that. Let's see. And again, you don't have to pay for anything. But if you want the extra features and you want to support us, we really appreciate that to get, there we go. We really appreciate that. And again, we will be updating this every 2 to 4 weeks. With releases, we already have our 1.1 release out, and then our 1.2 is going to probably be out by Friday or next Monday. So that is Perspective Intelligence. That's kind of our main project right now. I'm working on some other projects as well, but Perspective Intelligence is where Techopolis is going, is working more on app stuff. And so, yeah, any other questions, or do you guys have any other thoughts? Or let's see. Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts? Otherwise, I don't have anything else really.
Oh,
know,
sorry,
so-
I was on mute. Oh my gosh. I was just saying, I wonder if there's any other, do you know of any other big AI news that's come out?
Well, there's that Claude
Anything?
Opus model I talked about earlier. That one's pretty cool. There's the Gemini 3. It works pretty good as well. Really, that's kind of it. There's just been a lot of model launches.
There have been. Right in time for the holidays. It's awesome.
That's why they're doing it. Probably try to get their, their stock up before the holidays.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
Smart.
want a higher stock price going into the end of the year?
I know,
We're
right?
finishing out the year, y'all.
Man, I really wish there was a blind, accessible way to do stocks. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's another topic for another day.
I mean, I just use them through my SoFi, but anyway, my bank account, and it's pretty accessible.
Yeah.
Perplexity Finance, though, may work. I'm not sure.
Hey, did you hear that ChatGPT's got a new web browser?
Well, they've got Comet. Do they have something else? Not
Atlas.
Comet.
Have you heard
Atlas.
of
I'm sorry.
Atlas?
Yeah,
Have you
I
tried
made a
Atlas?
review. I made a review about that. It's actually kind of inaccessible.
Oh,
I made a
that's not
review the
cool.
day it came out on my Substack.
Oh, that's not cool. How's Perplexity doing?
They're
Still.
doing better. Definitely more accessible than Atlas by far.
That's good.
It's not hard to do though, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like I said, we're getting kind of towards the end of the year, so I think people are really gonna start to bring out some stuff before the end of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what happens in the beginning of 2026.
But yeah,
as
a lot of
well.
people were testing our app. I'm gonna be on Sunday Edition this week, so which
Sunday
is a show
edition.
ran by Anthony Corona through the ACB community.
Sweet. Good job.
Thank you.
Congrats.
But yeah, so of course, follow all of our stuff on online. I've been writing more on my Substack.
Awesome.
So there's that. But do you guys have any more questions? Otherwise, we'll end a little bit early. I don't have anything else to say. I mean, I usually have a lot to say, but we're kind of getting to the end of the year, so really nothing's really happening that much.
Do we want to meet next week? I mean, I don't have any. I've got nothing to contribute. I
I
don't know
really have
anything.
nothing else next week. I mean, we need at least a few weeks to get, or well, at least once I can get things ready for next year, because next year is going to be, I'm gonna be planning that out. So let's just take a break next week.
Okay, and we
Because
can
people are
meet
gonna
one more
be,
time in 2 weeks at the end of the year, and
yeah, one more
we can
time
do
the
the
week before Christmas, right? Because we don't want to meet Christmas week because I'm gonna be
right.
out.
So we'll meet in 2 weeks, and we can do the great handover and
Yep,
announce how you're gonna take it over next year.
sounds good.
All right. See you guys in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.